Hey, everybody. So, this is an absolute last second pop in thing, and it's getting dark where I live. So, hopefully, you can see me okay. I don't have lights and stuff, but I wanted to come on nonetheless because today is 999 and it's September 9th, 2025. That's three nines. Those three nines add up to 27, which is also a nine. And nine is a powerful frequency. It is when we start to come into the vibrations of endings and completion. And when we hit upon a portal day like this where the veil is thin, it's really an opportunity for us to come into awareness of what's going on. And on days like this, sometimes we can have more emotion than other days. I certainly have been experiencing that myself today. And it's an opportunity to kind of unzip and shed, really release, purge energy, step over a threshold into something new. And Archangel Raphael is deeply showing me that September, October, November, December, wow, we've got a lot in store. And so the more density and weight, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that we're willing to let go of, that we can surrender, that we can release and step into more lightness, more centeredness, more balance, the more we're going to be able to navigate what's taking place around us from a really beautiful place of centeredness and wholeness. So I was just kind of sitting on my sofa. I was about to make dinner and do some things, and I got this strong hit. Raphael was like, "No, just jump on because people need this right now." And I'm going to channel Archangel Raphael and surrender to what comes through. But my understanding is that we're going to go through a process where Raphael is showing me we're literally kind of going to unzip parts of ourselves and open them up and step over a threshold and continue to do that until we begin to merge more and more with our presence, with our I am that I am self. And so I want to describe to you what they're kind of showing me so that as we go into the channeling and you receive the transmission, you're able to do it. So, what that is, if you think about your body, it has lots of layers to it that accumulate over your lifetime, right? Filled with memory, some beautiful and fantastic, some a little deeper, harder wounds, should we say. But that's everything, that's who we are. And there's times when we begin to outgrow some of that part of ourselves, even the parts that might be seem really wonderful. We outgrow them and we shed our skin, kind of like a snake, right? Shedding our skin and a renewal, something else emerges. But it's not always that easy to shed it. Sometimes we feel an emotion and we want to cry, and or we get angry and we yell at somebody, or we're like, no, I'm not doing that way anymore. That's it, or whatever. And we set down our boundaries and we make changes, or we become more disciplined around our routine or taking care of ourselves. And all of that is good. But sometimes we need a little boost or some support or help, right? Where the angels can come in and help us. And so what Raphael is saying is that Raphael's going to come in and help us by unzipping. So I want you to think about your body and your I am that I am presence, like the purest aspect of who you are, like that divine, radiant, beautiful light. And that over time, since birth, through accumulation of human experiences, it begins to create layers around it, right? And those layers can be physical, emotional, and mental. They can be disease, discomfort, emotional pain, stress, exhaustion, anxiety, all kinds of things. And they kind of build up around us, and we're like walking around and we don't even realize that we have all this and it's weighing us down. So we do like a clearing to start to remove some of those layers and allow that beautiful light, that origin of ourself, to kind of express itself more. So Raphael has taken me before into the woods physically, like asked me to go into the woods, into a beautiful clearing, where in the forest where there's pine needles on the ground, right? And that's what Raphael's describing as she was sharing me today. And you go in and you can feel the energy of a threshold, a place in which you know that if you move forward and step over that threshold, that you can leave behind you something. And so what you do is you physically become aware of what might be in your field that you've been carrying around for a long time, and you physically unzip it. You start at the crown and it's almost like unzipping it. I'm trying to think, there's some movie, an old movie like a cocoon movie or something, right? Where they unzip their body and they go like this, and then there's all this light that comes out. Well, it's very much like that. You're going to unzip and you're going to take your hands like this and literally kind of pull that energy. And it's almost as if you're taking off a suit or you're wearing something and you take it off and it falls behind you, and as it falls behind you, it just kind of melts into the forest floor. And then you step with a lighter step over the threshold and you feel lighter. And then you hit a gateway and another spot and you unzip and you pull that off, and another and another and another. So we're going to go through a process right now where we go through 9 gateways on the 999 today. And through each gateway, I want you to really feel into, what are you ready to let go of? What is it that is no longer serving you? As we step into the new earth, who do you want to be? What do you want to be embodying? What do you want to be known for? What do you want you to feel on your deathbed? Okay, I did what I was meant to do, whatever that might be. And what are you carrying that's really holding you back? So I'm going to start to channel because I know it's going to get dark here. Hopefully, you guys can still see me okay. And I'm going to bring this in. What I'd love for you to do is, if you jumped on live and you happen to be listening to this, you might be busy and cooking or doing something, but preferably maybe come back to it later if you can't right now, and kind of really center in, because this is an important gateway before we hit the equinox. So the equinox is going to be the fall equinox on the 22nd, and that's a whole different energy, and it's going to be a solar eclipse, and it's going to be a new moon. So September is just like riddled with stuff going on an energetic level. So as clean and clear as we can be, the better. All right, so I am going to channel real quick, and if it gets dark as I'm doing this, as the sun goes down, I apologize, but you'll be able to hear me no matter what. Okay? All right, sounds like a plan. If you don't know who I am, I'm Kelly Kolodny. I've been channeling 37 years. I channel the Archangel Raphael. And in order to do that, I make these sounds like, ha ha, like this. And I say hello. And wherever you guys are in the world, you can just say hello back. And that's how we connect. And then Raphael will bring through this process. And it might take us, Raphael, 35, 45 minutes to go through this process. So see, if you want to go through it with me, I'll be here. Okay, here we go. First of all, let's just everyone take a nice deep breath, feeling into your heart, coming into unity consciousness, bringing in Archangel Michael and the legions of light, protecting our field with the highest frequency of love. I am asking to be a clear and open vessel on this day of 999 to support anyone at this now moment listening to this, to come into coherence within their own frequency and shed energies that are no longer serving them, and finally release them for good, letting them go, to stepping over the threshold into a new realm. And so it is. Hello, 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 hello. We are very delighted to be here and to attune to all of you, as always, as you are aligning with this day of the 999 and this frequency over many years, as each nine comes and you go back by 9 years and forward by 9 years and you attune to the vibration of nine, you recognize its importance in the completion of cycles. And in this year as a whole, as it is very much the endings of many things, and yet a great rebirth is arriving as you come to the close of the year, and a doorway and a gateway is opening into new realms and possibilities. And so, with that, we are inviting all of you, wherever it is in the world at this time, to take a nice deep breath and to come into awareness, aware of awareness itself. And in doing that, allowing your eyes to close and your shoulders to drop and to relax into a space wherever you are. And even if you are standing up right now or moving somewhere, you can begin to feel the presence of this energy. The birds right now are very strong and making themselves known, and the animals are coming in very clear. You may have noticed recently that your animals may be overly excited or acting a little abnormal because they are feeling the vibrations that are taking place on your planet, and the approach of an energy that is approaching your planet with much love, that might feel or sense the idea of a disturbance, and yet it is not that. It is a shaking and a disturbing in the energetic bodies of places within your own field that are discordant, a shaking up as if something that has been frozen, in a sense, all around your body that you are so used to walking through and embodying it as a solid energy that you have carried with you for this lifetime and for many lifetimes, that is bled through multiple lifetimes and is with you now. It is shaking it to its core, meaning it is disrupting it. And that disruptive energy may to mirror itself or appear somewhere out around where in the global atmosphere. But we are wanting you to perceive and recognize that disturbance within your own energetic field in your body, and a willingness today, right now, in this second, in this moment, to choose with your conscious choice to release it, to allow the disturbance to occur, so that as it does so, it breaks up the patterns and it begins to release it. And in the releasing of it, there is an opening that occurs in your heart, and the light that is brighter than the sunlight, that is the emanation and the purity of your own divinity, begins to expand as you start to come into more and more awareness of how magnificent you are and how much light there is emanating from you that has been hidden by these heavier frequencies that almost block it, that have been hindering your capacity to fully step into all of your potential and to fully step into the light body and the frequency of your physicalness and the holy temple in which embodies you to be healthy, to be vibrant, to be whole. And it has also hindered you in creating disturbances within your emotional field that has made it difficult for you to fully love and adore and know who you are at the deepest level. And it has hindered you from the connection to source and divinity itself, which is you, in the remembering of your wholeness. And so that energy is being disrupted now, and it requires your conscious attention to release it. So begin to tune into the physicality of your body temple, of your form, of your body in this moment. And notice if you can feel the layers. There may be one or two or multiple layers of padding that can come in weight, or it could be disease that is taking you out of alignment, where your energy and attention is on an ailment or a dysfunction in the body. And start to to bring your awareness to the discordant energy that is arriving or appearing in the body. And as you become aware of that, notice that it is a layer of an energy. And that today, on the 999 energy of completion, if you are wanting, we are here to guide you. And so imagine for a moment and tune into the fact that you are in the holiest and sacredest place on earth, in which we are bringing you into a tall forest where the trees are alive and beautiful and the moss is beneath your feet, and you can feel and sense waterfalls and the sound of the water, and a figure of light is moving toward you and approaching you, and this figure is tall and luminous and beautiful and young and vital, and it is just radiating love. And as you look toward it, and it is in the distance from where it is that you are, you see that in order to reach it, this luminous, loving being that is emanating so much love, that there are thresholds or steps or gates to step over, to pass through, in order to merge and attune to this energy. And as you look into the distance and you feel and you see this being, you realize that this being is you in your enlightened, full, complete light body. This is the presence of the origin of who you are, completely attuned to source itself. And it is staring at you, it is looking at you, and it is inviting you to come to it. And as you start to move toward it and you begin walking in that direction, you start to feel an energy in front of you. And it is like a wall, but this wall is invisible. It is like you can feel it, but you can see through it. It is opaque, and yet you want to pass through it, but you can't because it is solid, this wall. And it is the first gateway. It is like an energy. And you feel it and you recognize that this is the wall that is around you. It is self imposed, and it is brought to you by constructs and by programming and by your collective experience. And it is in relationship to your body, that the body degenerates, that the body ages, that the body moves into dis-ease, that the body can be uncomfortable. And all of this energy, we are asking you, if you are willing in this time, to unzip, to release this programming. And we're wanting you now to just literally unzip you from the top of your head down and begin to open up that space as if you are taking that wall that is very heavy and you are beginning to peel it open as if you're opening up and prying open an elevator door. And as you are doing that, you are feeling as if you could move through that doorway. You could step over it. And what would happen if you choose to do that is that you would leave behind all this energy accumulated over a lifetime that is in your body, that is weighing you down, that is dysfunctional, that is discordant, that is not in a coherent frequency, and you're just going to release it behind you. And so as you do so, feel the energy and choose. I choose in this now moment to release any discordant energy within my physical body. I no longer need to carry the weight of this energy, for I can attune to my true presence. And you begin to feel light emanating and moving out of your heart. And as that energy is emanating from your heart, is propelling you forward as you are stepping over the threshold. And as you do so, you feel a melting of energy behind you, as if there is this heavy weight behind you that is just falling to the ground. It is melting into the earth, and it looks like a big soup of energy behind you, beginning to feel that energy just hanging there and falling away. You don't need to turn around and look at it. It is there. It is not coming back toward you. It is just been left behind, and you are stepping over the threshold, and it begins to create a sealing, like a closing of that energy. It is no longer with you. And you are standing there, and there's this lightness to you. And in this lightness, you look forward ahead, and that beautiful light, luminous being that is in front of you feels just a little bit closer, but yet is still in the distance. And you feel a sense of lightness, as if something is shifted in your being, and you're becoming aware of who you are in this lighter body, and you're looking at your hands and your knees and your stomach, and everything feels just a little bit lighter, as if something has been lifted from you. And then an awareness, a flooding of energy starts coming over you, and you begin to feel in your energetic field the vibration of a accumulation of the words of others that have judged you. And that energy is hanging on you. This feeling of not being enough, this feeling of whatever it is that you do isn't quite good enough, that the expectations are high, or others are looking at you, or you're feeling misunderstood in some way. And all the times that you felt misunderstood, and all the times that you felt judged, and all the times in which you felt criticized, and all of the times in which an energy from that of another projected upon you, and you accepted, oh, the projection. You accepted what was said. You allowed that energy to penetrate your field, to be absorbed into your being, and it began to accumulate all around you. And the accumulation of this energy is in your field. And as you begin to feel into that, you can choose today on the 999 portal to release that energy, that you are no longer needing to carry it anymore. And as this is happening, you begin to just unzip, unzipping, opening up, taking your hands and pulling it. And all this light starts coming out of your heart and emanating out of your heart, and you're moving it away, you're pulling it away from you. And then you feel as if it is falling off, as if you're peeling something that is coming off the back of your head and the back of your neck. It is falling behind you like a suit or clothes that you're taking off, that's been left on the floor behind. And then you feel something, a shifting in the body, an opening, more freedom, and you step over the threshold again. You move through another gateway, and you come into a new space, and now you're feeling even lighter, and yet you want to move ahead. You see that beautiful luminous being of unconditional love, beaming light in the distance, and yet they're coming closer, but that there is still space between you. And so you're standing there, and you go walking toward them to get there, and you feel as if you're bumping up against something again, and there is something there, and you can see through it, but it is like a wall of sorts. It is an energy, energetically here. And this is a vibration of unworthiness. It is a huge energy of unworthiness. and you feel it and you recognize that this unworthiness, that you are not enough, nor perhaps have you ever quite been enough, or that you are not worthy of something, or that others get things that you do not, or that you are just not capable of something, that you just are feeling unworthiness, unable to completely love your own self. And you notice the energy of that all over you. It is just hanging there, this feeling, and incorporated in it is some shame. And there's the energy of shame in your field, and there's some energy of guilt that perhaps you have not always done what you said, or the absolute right thing, or you've hurt someone in some way, or you're just not good enough or worthy enough. And this energy, feeling its vibration and its frequency all around you, begin to feel into it and notice, where is the unworthiness sitting? Is it in your pelvic floor? Is it in your solar plexus? Is it heavy waiting on your shoulders? Noticing it. It is a heaviness as if you're wearing another garment, a cloth, a clothing of sorts, a weight on your body. And begin to unzip it. And as you're unzipping it, begin to open up the space and open up. And are you willing to let go of your unworthiness? Are you willing to let go and recognize that you are divine? Are you fully willing in this now moment to love yourself completely and absolutely without apology for who you are now in this now moment? And in that unzipping, can you leave it behind you? Can you take off that cloth? Can you take off that garment of energy? Can you leave it behind you? Can you close the door to that frequency? And as you leave it behind you, you step over another threshold, and you feel and sense that beautiful, luminous light being of love coming even closer to you. And you're feeling lighter and lighter somehow. And yet, that energy is still present as you move forward and you come across another energy that you can't pass through. And this one is opening up to the spaciousness of abundance. This is the energy in which repetitive patterns of lack may have repeated. For some of you, you may not have this pattern in which you've already released it, but for others, it weighs you down as if you just start to open up to that space, but there is still that residue of unworthiness that is in the way. For unworthiness is what creates the frequency that makes it difficult to open up to the spaciousness of continuous abundance. And so you ask yourself, as a garment of light now comes toward you, a different light, a being, this is you in your full, complete, abundant self, adorned with beauty and light. And amplifying and magnetizing to it the frequency of abundance on all levels. We're not just speaking of abundance financially, but all abundance energetically, which is your birthright, where all things are always available at any time, open to the spaciousness of creation itself. And bringing in awareness of anything within the energetic body and within the field of stories that have been told to you, that abundance is in the distance, or that you can't reach it, or it is too hard, or it is for only certain people, or that you're not worthy of it, or it requires so much work that it's impossible. And any story around that is in your field, beginning to unzip it. And as you are unzipping it and opening up the space, feel the lightness there and a blooming taking place within the heart center, an ever continuous, infinite blooming rose of abundance opening within your own heart. And you feel light coming in. and you feel energy pouring into your body, and golden coins are flowing from goddesses through rivers and waterfalls into your energetic field, and you are receiving and alchemizing with the frequency and the beauty and the light of abundance itself as it is flowing through you. And what does it feel in your body, feeling like in this now moment to be filled with gold, gold moving through you, the vibration of this energy in your entire field, emanating it in the fullness of your worthiness and love for who it is that you are, as the abundance rains upon you and opens up space. And in the opening of that space, you move again, stepping into something new, passing through the threshold as you move further ahead. And as you are doing that, there is this beautiful, luminous being still there out in front of you, coming closer and closer, but yet still out of reach. And you hit this space and you come across it again. And this energy here is you coming into and fully embodying your purpose. And a map is shown to you, and a god and a goddess appear in front of you, and they roll something out. And it is the human design of this lifetime, the destiny of your frequency. And it appears right in front of you on a screen. All of the qualities and the talents that they see, the decisions that you have made to lead you to the place in which you are now. And as you look on this screen, a decision is to be made today about anything on that screen that is cloaking, that is hiding, that is hindering you from reaching your full potential, anything in which you have developed within your energetic field, especially vibrations aligned with victimhood or martyrhood or disconnecting from responsibility for your own life force, energy, and the destiny of your frequency that has weighed you down in beliefs and old systems and thinkings that are no longer serving you. And you decide in this now moment that you are going to make new choices and you're going to enter into a new space. And that as you move forward from this day on, that you are fully in alignment with your true purpose, with your destiny, with why it is that you are here and how you can be of service and how you can help the world and how you can ignite the passion and the energy and the light within you to move forward in an empowered and an embodied state of love that resides and always has resided within you. And any stories that have kept you from that or been told to you or that you are repeating to yourself that are hindering you from the alignment of that truth, you are peeling and unzipping at this time and opening up the space and letting them go. I no longer need to carry that. That is no longer within my own programming. I am opening up to the fullest of my ability. I am the divine that I am presence. I align with my true full potential. I am magnificent. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I am attuned and aligning with my true destiny. And all energies carrying and hindering me from this day forward are released in this now moment. And then as you lift that and release it as it falls behind you, you step over the threshold again. And as you step over the threshold again, many energies are appearing. For today, as the veil is thin on the 999, your ancestors are coming in. And they are coming in from the lineage of your mother's side. Whether your mother is alive or she has passed, she is to your left. And your father and his energy alive or has passed is to the right. And his mother and father behind him, and theirs behind them, and theirs behind them, and behind them, and to your mother to the left, behind and behind. And the ancestors are here in front of you. and they have a message, and they are saying that today on the 999 is a day of completion, for you no longer need to carry their lineage of wounds, their lineage of pain, their energies that you are carrying, their stories, and completing that in which they have not completed. For you do not have to carry through that completion, but can release all of those patterns that are within the genetic coding, that are embedded within the DNA, as you are closing the door to those sequences. And as this is happening, they are sending love that is moving from the core and the essence of that original ancestral line through all of their hearts and into yours, as they are placing their hands upon your heart, and your heart is filling with their love, and you feel all of your ancestors coming in and acknowledging you and recognizing you and seeing that you have chosen to remain on the planet during this time, that they are somewhere else, but that they are working diligently from where they are to assist you, but that the old patterning and the old paradigm of clearing through those energies is no longer needed. For it is cleared today on the 999 and the completion of those energies within your field, because of the choice of listening to this in this now moment, has come to completion. And so any disease within the genetic coding, any ideas and thought forms and beliefs, any addictions, any ideas that have been carried forth through abuse or wounding or patterning, are dissolved in this now moment, and you begin to unzip this energy. And as you're unzipping this energy, you pull it open. And as you pull it open, you step over the threshold, and a huge weight just falls off of you, as if you have just let go of a lineage of ancestral wounding, of suffering, of disease, of hardship, of pain, of sorrow, and it is gone. It is behind you. It is heavy. It is melting. It is falling down into the earth, as the Great Mother is opening a space and receiving and dissolving and integrating it. And you feel so light, and your ancestors feel light, and they are dancing and celebrating, and they are cheering and spinning around into spirals of vortexes all around you, and your energy feels lighter and lighter and freer and freer. And now you step forward and you see that luminous, beautiful, loving being in front of you, and you're getting so much closer. And yet there is still a little bit more to go, another energy in front of you. And this energy is the space and the origin of your original wounding. And that original wounding occurred, and it may have occurred for you in the womb, and it may have occurred at the time of birth, or it may not have occurred till one or two or three or four or five or six or seven. And as I say those different energies and times, feel into your body and notice where your original first wound came. And it is mostly connected to the wound of some type of feeling of abandonment. And I want you to feel into this. And so, was the feeling of abandonment in the womb? Well, yes or no? Was the feeling of abandonment at the time of birth? Yes or no? Was it at age 1? Was it at age 2? Was it at age 3? Was it at age 4? Was it at age 5? Was it at age 6? Was it at age 7? And feel the energy and the number and the time and the moment of the abandonment, and a flooding of a memory or a frequency or a color or a sound may be arriving and coming in for this original abandonment wound that occurs within the human form during the time of the early years, is carried through the sequence of their unfolding of their human experience. And today on the 999, it is coming to completion, as that wound no longer needs to be carried. And begin to notice where the wound has settled in your body. and begin to bring awareness to that space in your body and to notice that it is a frequency, that it is an energy, and begin to unzip that space. And that space may be over the entire body, or it may be in the head or the neck or the heart or the womb or the knee or the foot, wherever it is. Begin to bring awareness there and begin to open up the space to that original wounding energy. And as you open it, just begin to allow yourself to release, 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 let go, let go, let go. And as it falls away behind you, you step over the threshold. And now you are feeling worthy, you are feeling lovable, you are feeling seen, you're feeling vital, you're feeling strong, you're feeling healthy, you're feeling abundant, you're feeling on alignment with purpose, and you are feeling open and aware and conscious of your own divinity, and you're standing there. And as you're doing so, you look and you see that luminous, tall, loving, radiant being of light, and they're coming more and more into focus and awareness as they stand in front of you. And there's the final threshold to step over, inviting you to come into a place of vulnerability, of exposure, of expansiveness, of freedom, letting go now of any residual energy that is hanging over you in any way or form, abandoning it, letting it go, expanding into a space of freedom, a space of sovereignty, a space of surrendering and truth to who you are. And any residual energy that is still hanging on into the field, bringing awareness to where it may be in and around your body, and begin to move your hands and notice where it is behind your neck or in your throat for expression, or in your heart for love, or on your shoulders for responsibility, or in your back for feeling not supported, or in your feet for not being able to move forward, or hanging around in the pelvic floor from a repression or pain or sexual wounds, and noticing wherever it may be, and asking in this now moment, I have carried all of this for a lifetime. Perhaps not for expressing, perhaps repressing, perhaps it is people pleasing, perhaps it is feeling the weight and responsibility of so much, a feeling a sadness for the world, a heaviness on your shoulders, a lack of focus, or feeling I can't do it or move forward, I can't focus or find my way, a lack of clarity as to your next move or where to go, or power, or a centered of confidence, or a feeling of lack, whatever it may be that is bubbling up, that is unique to you, that is the characteristic that today you're choosing on the 999 portal to open up and to release. And you choose to tune into that field, and you may name it or just feel the quality of it or the weight or the color, and you begin to unzip it and open it up. And as you open it up, you decide, today it is no longer with me, and I am going to step over this threshold and leave it behind. As it falls behind me onto the forest floor, melting into the Great Mother, as she receives it, I am fully stepping over now that final threshold, standing in front of that luminous, beautiful, alive, vital, clear, abundant, unconditional, loving being in front of you. And as you approach that being and you get closer to it, you recognize it is you. It has always been you. It is your divine self, your true self, welcoming you home. And it is expansive and filled with light. It is taller than your body is now. It is vital and youthful and free and flexible. It is on purpose and confident. It loves and adores itself. It knows its direction. It sees with clarity. It has an open, loving heart. It is free. It is abundant. And all energy flows through it freely with ease and light and grace. And it invites you home. It invites you into it. And you step into it, into him or her, into that body, into the presence. And you merge with it as if you are coming so close, as if you are embracing and hugging one another. And as you hold one another so tightly, it says to you, I am so happy you have come home to me. I love you. Thank you for coming back. Come with me, for I will carry you. I will walk with you. I will embody you. And we will work together forward on this path that is illuminated now as you move forward, true and ahead on your path, clear, vital, healthy, strong, abundant, alive, pure, free, clear, and filled with radiant light, with love pouring out of all aspects of your being as a radiant remembering of your true self, your I am that I am presence. And may you walk forward now in this new light body, radiant and confident, into the future, aware and conscious that you are the master creator of your experience and that you always have been and that you will always will be. And now you are just beginning to remember and really know that that is true. And so it is. Many blessings. Thank you and good day. All right, everyone. That was my gift to you on the 999 portal day to release and let go, to complete whatever no longer serves you, to step over the threshold and to merge with your I am presence as we move forward in the coming months, embodied in the fullness of who we are. Thank you for popping in. I know it's kind of getting dark here. Hopefully, you can still see me on camera. I love you all very much. And I'll see you tomorrow on the free Ask an Angel Wednesday call. And yeah, we've got this, you guys. We got this. So good. I'm glad everybody enjoyed that. Thank you so much. I was just called by Raphael to come on and do this. It was spontaneous. Um, and we have a lot going on in the next coming months, but we'll do it all together. Okay. All right, everybody. Have the most beautiful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, 3:00, New York time for our free call. Okay. Take care. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Oh, I'm going to look for a minute. Look at all these sweet comments. Warms my heart. Thanks, guys. Okay. Bye.